My name is Tiara Sharma, and I am the producer and host of Restore Hearts TV. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is our very first episode, and so I'm so excited to share this new endeavor with you. I want to take the time to tell you all about what Restore Hearts is and why I created this TV show. And so I am a visual learner. I love to see a PowerPoint. I love me a great PowerPoint. And so I have prepared a PowerPoint today to help give you a visual of the information that I will be sharing with you today. And so I'm going to share my screen right now and let you get in on this good PowerPoint. All right. And so Restore Hearts TV. This televised program was created to provide education on mental health topics. And so each week we'll have different mental health topics. We may have different series as well where we're just focused on a certain topic for a couple of weeks. And we will discuss those different health topics. This television program was created to empower you to take authority of your mental health wellness because you have the power to do so. This television program was also created to cultivate emotional awareness, and we'll discuss why later on in the PowerPoint. Also, to break cycles of pain, shame, and guilt in your life because we want you free. We want you to have that freedom that comes with taking power and authority over your mental health wellness. And then also, this show for me is about community. It's about us helping one another. It is about me teaching to the best of my ability and bringing awareness to those emotional health topics that are common to us as a society and to really help break that mental health stigma. Now, we definitely live in a time where it is not so, um, what's the word? Not so grievous to talk about these mental health topics. We are definitely in an age where we're getting more comfortable and it's becoming more normal. And so we want to continue that process of sharing our stories. And so part of this show will be community focused. It is to promote businesses that service the community in the area of mental health wellness because we do want to provide access to different services that will help aid you in your mental health journey. And then we also want to share our mental health journeys. So this platform will also be for an opportunity for other people to come on and to share their mental health journeys because we know that community is so important. We want to be able to share with others as we're going through our processes, those who of us who have healed and who have made it through certain things in life. We want to be able to give hope and to give direction to those who are going through some of the things that we have gone through. And so that is a little bit about the heart of Restore Hearts. Next. So when I talk to different people about mental health, I hardly ever hear anybody talk about the heart as it pertains to mental health. And so I know there may be some of you who may be asking the question, why are we talking about my heart when it comes to mental health wellness? So there's some information that I read on heartmath.org. Very, very interesting. And so I encourage you to go and look. I've provided the information there. But both the brain and the heart are organs that affect how we think and feel. Your brain has a mind and your heart has a mind. Did you know that? Your brain has a mind and your heart has a mind. And so your heart actually sends more information to your brain than your brain sends to the heart. Now, why is that important? Because I don't know about you, but if you've ever heard either yourself or someone else say um, something like, oh, I'm not in my feelings, or I'm not making any emotional decisions. I'm using my brain, not my heart. So I've heard those things being said before. But the truth is, and the science says that our heart sends more information to our brain. So whether we are aware of that or not, our heart is actually making more decisions than we think. And so it's the center. We have to be aware of those things that are going on in our heart so that um, it's a very central component of our mental health wellness. And so let us talk about feelings versus emotions. So I thought it was very important to look at these baseline definitions of feelings and emotions because I used to use these words interchangeably, which means I used to use them as the same word and they have very different meanings when you look at the definitions. And so our feelings, they are experienced consciously. Consciously. That means that we are aware of them. We know that something is happening. And then when we talk about emotions, our emotions, they manifest from the subconscious. This is the part of the mind that we are not fully aware. But this is the kicker, that last one. It influences what we do and how we feel. Listen, that is huge. That is a big deal because why? We have to understand this difference. This difference is huge. It's because when we are experiencing feelings, we understand that something is happening. But when we are experiencing emotions, we do not understand that something is happening until we bring it into our conscious mind. And so when it comes to emotions, our behaviors, the things that we are doing, are affected by emotions that we are not even aware of. And then the question becomes, how can we address what we are not aware of? Listen, I hope you're catching it. That is huge. And so I'm going to stop sharing this screen because I want to share um, what that means for me, our feelings versus our emotions. So I'm going to stop sharing that for a minute and I want to share my whiteboard with you, feelings versus emotions. And so the way that I saw it is our feelings are like a tree. So I hope you can see my beautiful, don't judge my artwork. This is the best that I could do. So I want to give you this visual of what I saw. So our feelings are like a tree. Everybody who has sight, you know that trees, whether they are mature or not, they're pretty big. You can see them. They're easy to see, surface level. Everybody can see them. These are our feelings. Our tree is equivalent to our feelings. Now, when we get down to the roots are underground. They supply and nourish the tree, but we cannot see them with our eyes. We know that they are there, but we are not aware of them because we cannot see them. This is the equivalent to our emotions. Our emotions run deep. And even though they are supplying this big tree, the things that we can feel, they're giving energy, they're giving life to what we feel, but yet we are not aware of what these emotions are because they are so deep. And so we have to do that work to bring these roots up to the sub. This would be our conscious. Let's say that this is our subconscious. This is what we are not aware of because we cannot see it. It hasn't been brought to the forefront. Our feelings, we are aware of them. We can see them, easily seen. And so we want to do this work to bring our emotions from here underneath into the forefront. where we can see them. Because why? How can we address what we don't know? So we need to know what we're dealing with. We need to know our opponent. And so let's see. Let me switch back to my beautiful PowerPoint and get you back on track with me. All right. So here we go. All right. So before we continue, I want to take this opportunity to say, let's stay connected. So I want to talk to you. I want to know what you think about the different topics that are presented from week to week with each episode. And so I want to take this opportunity to invite you to join my Facebook community, Restore Hearts TV community page. And there we can continue the conversation from week to week, because this is a 30-minute broadcast and there'll be so many different things that come up throughout the week. And I want to know what comes up for you. And so I want to stay connected. And so stop what you're doing right now, pick up your phone, go to Facebook and join the group so we can stay connected. All right, let's move forward. All right. So emotional awareness. So we brought that up in the beginning, and I told you that we would talk about this a little bit more. So emotional awareness is the first step in the process of taking power and authority over our mental health wellness. Why? Because we must know our opponent. We must know what we are up against. And so remember that those emotions that we just saw in our demonstration, emotions run deep. And so even though they are controlling our behavior a lot of times, what we do and how we feel, it takes work to get down, to dig deep and understand why we are operating and doing the things that we are doing. And so that takes work for us to be able to bring those emotions to the surface so that we can address it. We can't address what we don't know. I cannot stress that enough. If you don't know what you're up against, if you don't know what you're up against, you will not know how to proceed. And so emotional awareness is that first step of the process. All right. Whoop. All right. I want to talk a little bit more about who I am. Who is this woman who is talking to you now? So, first and foremost, I am a daughter of God. I am a wife. I've been married for 8 years to my husband. I am a mother of two beautiful children. And I've been a BSN prepared registered nurse for 9 years. I love people. So, um, as a nurse, one of the things that I loved about being a nurse is educating my patients, educating families, because I don't want you to leave my presence and not have a understanding of what is going on with you, what you need to understand to feel confident when you leave the hospital or leave the clinic, and know how to proceed when you leave me. And so this is my extension of giving back. This is my extension of trying within my scope, within my sphere of influence, to be able to educate on different topics and to be able to bring understanding about these mental health issues so that you feel confident and so that you feel empowered to continue your journeys. So, why is mental health wellness important to me? So, I'll share a little bit of my story. In November of 2020, I had a personal mental health crisis. I was 7 weeks postpartum with my second child, and I had symptoms of depression, severe anxiety, and I was also having suicidal thoughts. And listen, there's no way to sugarcoat this. It was so bad that I wanted to die. So bad that I wanted to die. And for me, my children were that um, they were that hope that kept me going, knowing that I was providing for them, knowing that I was helping them, that I was being a good mother. That was the thing that was keeping me going. But even that came to an end. That hopelessness got so dark that not even my children could be that source of inspiration for me to continue to go on. And so, listen, I had the house, I had the car, I had the kids, the husband, the degree, the career, yet I was still miserable and unfulfilled inside. I did not know how to get out of that dark place that had become my new normal. And I was tired of fighting daily in my mind and waking up every day to the same doom and gloom. So, this is where I had a decision to make. And I asked God to help me, and He did. And so I shared this Bible verse that is so real to me now because of what I've gone through and how God has helped me. And it comes from Psalms 120, verse 1. And this is the New Living Translation. It says, I took my troubles to the Lord. I cried out to Him, and He answered my prayer. Listen, God answered my prayer. That same night that I cried out to Him, I received instructions on how to move forward in my life. I told Him I was sorry for living my life the way I wanted to live it, and I was ready to do things His way. So I spent all of 2021 laser focused on my mental health and spiritual growth. That was part of my instructions to spend all of 2021, 1 year, focused solely on my mental health, my spiritual growth. And so most of that work has been in the healing of my emotions. And so that's why I said that first step of that process is emotional awareness. I was not aware of that at that time. And so that's why I stress emotional awareness. Because once again, how can you fight? How can you know? How can you address something that you don't know? You have to know your opponent. So it was through learning to identify, acknowledge, and process difficult emotions that has changed my life. And doing this was pivotal because I needed to learn how to cope. I needed healthy coping skills to live. And so I've been able to develop healthier coping skills since I've started this journey. And my life has changed tremendously. I have so much inner peace. I have great inner peace. Now, I'm not here to say that my life is perfect, not perfect, better. So I invested time and money to be emotionally well. Investing in yourself is very important. I think that we often understand investments when it comes to things, when it comes to maybe your stock portfolio, maybe real estate, maybe something that seems very tangible. But for your mental health wellness, it is the same thing. Whatever you invest time and money into, you will value. And so, in order to value yourself, in order to value what you are doing in your life, you need to invest time and you need to invest money. You need to invest time and you need to invest money. And that helps you to take it seriously. So, whatever you invest time and money into, it cannot be easily taken away from you. And so, right now, my peace cannot be easily taken away from me because I have put in the time, I have put in the work, I have put in invested money in people in programs in therapy to get to the place where I am today. And so when you offer that time, that investment, that money, that sacrifice, I'm telling you, you will value what you put into yourself. And so, listen, your mental health future looks bright. And I am so happy that we live in a time in history where we are normalizing conversations regarding mental health. Listen, this is crucial. Community is so important. It's important that we have spaces, safe spaces where we can talk about mental health topics, where we can encourage each other, where we can uplift each other, where we can support each other. And that is what Restore Hearts is all about. And so also from a healthcare perspective, because for me, it's a lot of fusion going on. So what I saw as a healthcare professional is that our healthcare system is very overwhelmed right now. It was overwhelmed before, but COVID-19 exposed a different level of stress on our healthcare system. And so for me, as a nurse, I want to create these ways in which we can bring healthcare back into the communities so that we can start to empower you to feel confident in your health, so that you feel empowered that when your doctor is not available, when your nurse is not available, when your best friend is not available to take your phone call, and you are having a mental health challenge outside of these normal spaces, when you're at home, are you prepared to go through these processes and feel like there's that you have hope? Can you endure that process, that short process? If we learn these healthy coping skills, can we endure those moments of challenges in our mental health without feeling like we want to die, without feeling like there's no hope, without feeling like if I don't get to talk to someone, um, I'm just going to lose it? Because as I said, I am a firm believer in community. Community is necessary. But I also have to tell you that there will be times in your life where it's just going to be you and God. It's just going to be you and God. And you need to be able to have those resources and have that empowerment, have that encouragement on the inside of you. You need to be able to speak life over yourself, be confident in yourself, and know how to get through a moment when maybe you don't have access to someone who can help guide you through that. And so that is my hope with Restore Hearts TV, is to equip and empower you to make better mental health choices, um, to be able to equip you to make those choices that aid in a positive mental health wellness journey for you. And so I want to invite you to follow me on social media. So I am currently on Facebook, facebook.com /Tierra.King. You can find me on Instagrams, first name, last name, and also you can follow me on Clubhouse. And so those are the different platforms where you can find me. I also want to encourage you, if you have not already, to join my Facebook community, Restore Hearts TV fan page, and so that we can stay connected and talk about the various topics that are presented from week to week. And so, yes, I want you to stay connected. I want to know what you think. This show, as I stated, is about community. And so sharing of stories is something that I also want to do, because it's that sharing of stories that helps us stay hopeful, remain hopeful, for us to see this, because someone else was able to make it through a rough time, through a mental health challenge, that you can also make it through, and to share those things that have helped us along the way. And so, if you are a person who identifies with what I am speaking, you think that you have something that benefits the community, I want to hear from you. Um, I want you to contact me. So, my email address, I'm going to share it, is tiara@mothersmentalhealthmovement.com. And so, I want to get in touch with you. I want you to be able to share and come on and share what you know with the world. And so, yes, I hope that this episode was informative to you, that it added value to your life. I am so excited about Restore Hearts TV. And all of the good things that will come from this TV, all of the lives that will be changed and transformed because we decided to speak up, because we decided to share, because we decided to educate, because we decided that we're not going to hold on to information that could help change and transform another person's life. We will share. So sharing is caring. So thank you so much for watching this first episode of Restore Hearts TV, where we have laid the foundation for the show, what to expect from the show. Listen, it's a brand new show. It, expect anything, not anything, but expect for your life to be changed, expect for your life to be transformed, expect for all good things to come from this, to stay connected. And listen, I love you. I can't wait. Um, I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to see you, see your pictures, see faces. All right. And so next week, I want you to join me next week. Next week, we're going to start a series on grief. Yes, grief is a heavy topic, but listen, after everything that we've been through from the over these last 2 years with COVID-19, there has been so much loss. Grief is not just the loss of a loved one, not just the physical loss of a person, but grief is any loss that you feel, that is connected to emotional pain and suffering. And so I think it's very important that we talk about grief and that we just kind of go through that and listen, talk about it, have an open conversation about it, bring it to the forefront, bring some knowledge and information about grief. Because I don't know about you, but I have highly misunderstood grief in my life. But understanding what grief is, like emotional awareness, it has absolutely changed my life. And so that is going to be the topic for our next 3 shows. And so I hope that you will join me, continue to join me. Let me know what you think about this episode. Follow me on social media, and I will see you next week. Love you. Peace.
Thank you for watching this episode of Restore Hearts TV.
Life is a journey, and there are many moments. Some moments are smooth. You flow through them effortlessly. There are other moments when life's challenges interrupt your momentum, yet you find the strength to get back on track, to keep moving. So even if you have to crawl to make it there, do it, because victory belongs to you. You are equipped to handle every part of the journey. You were created to overcome this. Don't give up. I love you.